everyone, and welcome once again to the Kindland Report. I'm your host, Leon Bibb. So far this season, we have explored the impact of kindness in government. We've looked at law, education, even delved into the psychology of kindness. Well, today we look at the filter that our information passes through. Media in general, and particularly news and commentary, can direct a society in both positive and negative ways. Well, here today with me is a good friend and a veteran news personality, Wayne Dawson of WJW, Fox 8 News. He's going to share his thoughts on how kindness can guide us as we disseminate vital information to the public. Welcome to the show.
Leon, thank you, man. This is an honor, man. And you've always been my idol and role model.
You have a reputation as truly being a gentleman, truly being a kind man. Where did you learn that?
I'm a believer. And that whole kindness is something that's kind of comes out of my relationship with the Lord. And so I believe in treating others as I would like to be treated. So that's how I approach life, as a matter of fact, And I've always been, just thankful, especially when it comes to my career. Plus, I was raised that way. My mom was that type of a person, and she instilled that in me. So that whole kindness thing and just being able to get along with people is something that's been ingrained in me, even though I'm a child of the 60s, came up with the civil rights movement, all that Black Power and all that stuff. But I've always had, respect for everyone, no matter who they are.
You bring that, though. That comes out of you. Whether you know it or not, it comes out in your approach to your business, even for those of us who are watching you on the screen.
I'm celebrating, 40 years as a full-time reporter at Fox 8. And I think the reason I've been able to stay there is because I try to be kind to people. And it's gotten me this far, and it's never going to stop. As you know, now I'm a pastor, so that whole kindness thing has come full circle for me. Now, not only do I try to be kind to everyone, I preach kindness, I preach love on a Sunday morning.
Now, your church members are watching you on Fox 8 News all the time.
They are.
So they know that you have got to be the same kind of person in the pulpit as you are on television.
And that's difficult because, sometimes when I'm on the air, I'll get carried away, sometimes and with conversation and all of that. But I say, that's just me on the air. And sometimes it's hard to be kind when folks are not kind to you, but you still have to do that.
You've done those hard-nosed interviews in your career.
Yes.
Where you've interviewed somebody who did not want to be interviewed.
That's very true.
You interviewed somebody who had done something wrong.
That's very true.
And your television station, and you have caught them doing something wrong.
Yeah.
But you were still kind in your approach. So can you be kind and tough at the same time?
You can. It's the way you see. First of all, you got to show respect to the individuals, and that's what I do. I never look down on anyone, no matter what they've done or what they've gone through. I remember years ago, I may have been the second year at Fox 8, and there was a murder. A guy murdered his 3 sons 2 streets from where I grew up in East Cleveland. I couldn't bring myself to knock on this woman's door because the man killed his sons and fled. This lady, she was the mother. So I did the story. I didn't interview her. I get back to the station. There she is on Channel 3. There she is on Channel 5. And I'm like, oh man, I should have at least knocked on her door. So what that taught me is even during tough situations as a reporter, you still have to be a little aggressive. But you don't be mean when you're aggressive. You knock on the door, you show that respect, you ask the questions, you give your condolences, that kind of thing. And that's the way I've approached it since then.
I have found that, and one of the hardest parts of this job that we do is, like you said, to knock on that door of the grieving widow, the family member, to get that interview. If they've done nothing wrong, I don't take the camera with me. The camera stays in the car.
Absolutely.
And you ask them, would you be willing to talk?
And that's the way I approach it as well. Because that camera is like, woo.
Yeah.
I approach the door, do you mind talking? And if you don't, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And at the station, did you get the interview? I'm like, well, no, they didn't want to talk.
Let's talk a little bit about the media, the current tenor of the media.
Oh boy.
Today. I mean, do you sense a change in the national media or the cable networks and local media?
Media's mean. Cable news is mean. I mean, Fox News. I can hardly watch cable news because Fox News, they're mean. It's one-sided. They're far right.
Yeah.
Then you go to MSNBC, they're far left.
Yeah.
We were brought up to be objective, to be right down the middle in our coverage. On cable, that's thrown out the window now. All cable news is now is talk. And then you hear these people talk about certain other individuals, and it's like, oh my gosh, television has really stepped away from how I was taught in journalism school, being objective, not having an opinion about something.
I've had people tell me, Leon, I can't tell whether you're a Republican or a Democrat by how you report.
There you go.
I said, well, that's how it's supposed to be.
That is a compliment. If you work for Fox, you better toe that right-wing line. And the same for MSNBC. I get questions all the time, you work for Fox, you must be right-wing. I'm trying to do journalism the way I was taught, and to be right down the middle. And as you said, we're talking about to be kind. I don't want to be mean-spirited when I interview anyone, even if I totally disagree with you.
You are Wayne Dawson on the air. You're Wayne Dawson when you're not on the air. You're Wayne Dawson when you're walking down the streets of Greater Cleveland. Hey, Mr. Dawson. Hey, Wayne.
Right.
Hey, Wayne. Can I have a moment with you? Can I have a moment with you?
I can't tell how many times I've been called Leon Bibb over the years.
Give me a final thought on this whole concept of kindness and how it fits into your professional and in your personal life.
Everything I do is based in kindness. It really is. Because to me, kindness equates to love. And being a man of God, I know that we're called to, first of all, love the Lord with all of our heart, all of our mind, all of our soul. And second, love your neighbor as yourself. And so that's what I try to live out. And being kind is a way of showing love to your fellow man. And I think that particular quality is the only thing that's going to save us.
We've been chatting with Wayne Dawson, good friend of mine, a newscaster, a host of the morning show over at Fox 8 News in Cleveland, WJW, who's also the pastor of Grace Tabernacle Baptist Church. And indeed, talking about how his life has been filled with kindness from the childhood to the present day. And we appreciate you being on the broadcast.
My pleasure, my friend.
That's going to do it for the Kindland Report. I'm Leon Bibb. Good luck and be well. We'll talk again.